Hi all. Normally I would write for my blog, but I haven't made a video yet, so I thought I would try it. And also today was a really big day, and so I'm a little scatterbrained, and I like my blogs to be about a topic or one thing or something like that. But this one's sort of mixed and scattered and whatnot, so I thought I would try this. Today was a big day. It's Tuesday, not just because it's the day after Columbus Day, or because it's going to rain in Los Angeles, which is making all of the newscasters really excited that there's something to talk about. But I had a big day for me. I got my CAT scan results back today, and it was nothing but good news. My doctor said that it was a dramatic result, and the tumor, which used to be like that big and pressing on everything in here, is now really, really tiny, almost minuscule. And I still have to do radiation, which sucks and I'm not looking forward to. But it's a big deal because it was a huge tumor that luckily was found very early, and now it's really small. And the other big news is that there is my PICC line out. It is gone. It means I no longer have to, well, in 24 hours, I won't have to shower with a plastic robot arm. I can jump in the swimming pool just in time for the heat wave to have stopped in Los Angeles. So that's pretty exciting. But I'm super stoked. I'm almost more excited about the PICC line being gone than the CAT scan results. It'll even out pretty soon, because I know that's a really weird, bizarre thing to say. But if you had to shower with a sleeve on your arm, you'd be pretty excited for this thing to be out too. But I really like today. I'm awake. I'm very awake. I was exhausted yesterday. I took a nap, which I never do, because I've been on and off exhausted. I'll go from days where I'm so fatigued it's ridiculous to other days where I'm off the walls, and apparently with the news today was that. I also rewarded myself with this new wig, which I know is weird. I'm done with chemo. My hair will start growing back in like a month. But I figured it was better than rewarding myself with a chocolate chip cookie. So, wig it is. I wanted to see what I looked like with bangs. Apparently I looked 12. It was worse when I had braids in this morning. So, there's that. And I'm also learning, like I learn every summer, you people should never let me go blonde. I look ridiculous. I'm brunette. I'm very much a brunette. So, this is my new wig. The only weird thing that happened today, besides me learning what it looks like to have bangs, was that I drove past the hospital where I first found out that I had cancer. Which, I mean, I do a lot. It's in the middle of Los Angeles. But it was different today because I found out that that's where I have to go back to get radiation. And I drove past a bigger chunk of the hospital, too. So it was a little more in my face than it has been before. And as I've blogged about, I really don't want to do radiation. It sounds awful and horrible. Who wants a giant sunburn in the middle of their chest? I don't. Chemo was bad enough. So I'm a little scared to do it. But the other reason that my heart dropped, it was the equivalent, not of butterflies in my stomach, but wasps, really, is because it's been a really, really long summer. I turned 28, which means I found out about the cancer when I was a whopping old age of 27. But that's weird enough. It's weird to suddenly be the 27 and 28-year-old with cancer. I didn't really expect that, and I don't think anyone else did. I know when I initially told everybody the news, or they read about it on the blog, I got a lot of phone calls. I got a lot of phone calls and texts and messages and a lot of surprise and confusion, which I guess to be expected. It's big news, and I don't know many other people my age with cancer. So I know it's a big, scary word, and it's weird, and it's kind of shocking. But I learned a lot this summer, and that's what I realized as I drove past the hospital. You realize you're going to get a lot of calls and confusion at first, but they taper off. A lot of them, I think, tapered off because I made people stop asking me how I was feeling, because I'm a brat like that. Um, but you just realize who your real friends are because they're the ones that are stick around even after the news stops being surprising and is just life. And your family is who's really there. And which reminds me, I'm really sorry, family members that have called and texted, and I know you have. My phone is broken. It's making it very difficult to do anything phone related. So I love you and I appreciate it, and I swear you all get calls back. That's sort of a total tangent, but thank you. I swear. And the phone really is broken. But you just realize that your family and friends, who, who your real friends are, and that your family is the one that sticks around. Um, it was both amazing and kind of space confining, if that's a word, to have babysitters every time I had chemo. But it was really nice to know that many people cared. But the thing I realized driving past was that even though it's been a long summer and there's been a lot of stuff that I haven't been able to do, I had to pretty much stop hiking, which I was doing every weekend before this, and I couldn't go to like trampoline dodgeball with my friends or play dodgeball. I really couldn't play kickball anymore in case the ball hit me. Um, I haven't worked all summer. There's a lot I couldn't do because I was tired all the time and I was going through chemo. But the thing people don't realize is that you're not an invalid when you have cancer or going through chemo, especially not when you're 28. There's a lot that I could do. I've been writing a lot more, which I've meant to do. The blog is actually a blog now. I got on a stage, which I haven't done since I was in seventh grade, and they stuck me in the chorus of what I think was my town. I don't remember. If anyone from Edison Middle School remembers, let me know what play we did in seventh grade. But I was in the chorus in a giant pink dress, and it traumatized me for life. So that's a big deal that I got back up on a stage. Gave me some confidence, which even if I didn't want to, chemo took away a little bit. Chemo does a lot. It takes away your hair, but it got me to try out these sweet bangs and some blonde and some pink wigs, which I probably shouldn't have done. It made my skin crap, but hopefully that will get better too. And people also think that you'll suddenly look like a skeleton when you go through chemo, but you don't. I was put on steroids. I gained weight. It's awful. I was not that tiny to begin with. So there's a lot that chemo takes away, but there's a lot that it doesn't. It makes you stronger. Maybe not physically, but mentally, I'm a lot stronger. The writing and the getting on a stage alone were parts of it, and I've been trying to walk more, which I couldn't do when I first found out. Couldn't catch my breath. So it doesn't, not to be cheesy, but I'm going to be cheesy. It doesn't take away your spirit, because it doesn't. It made me realize there's a lot more that I can do. It also didn't do that thing where like my life hasn't totally changed. I didn't suddenly move back to New Jersey because I'm 3,000 miles from home. Uh, if anything, being a Jersey girl in California has, pretty sure that made me tougher than other people. I like to think so, or blunter, but a little tougher. But I have a life out here now. So I didn't move back to Jersey. I didn't suddenly want to quit my job and move to India and write a book about how I found myself. I didn't suddenly go vegan and eat nothing but lettuce and vegetables, which I probably should be doing. It didn't change me that much, which actually surprised me more than anything else, because you would think that it would. But I'm still me. It did make me realize that there are things I want to do that I should get cracking on. Like, I want to travel to Europe. I want to actually finish a book, hopefully, by the time I turn 30. I want to kick cancer's ass. That would be fantastic. I want to finally hike, not like, Mount Kilimanjaro or anything, but the giant mountains east of LA that were bad enough when I was healthy. I would like to conquer that. It's like 3.5 miles, 90-degree angles. I would like to do that. So there's things that I know that I would like to do. And I do know that I've been slacking on it, but I eventually want to spread the word about young adults with cancer. There's plenty of groups, and I've talked about them before. There's Stupid Cancer, and I guess that's really the big one and the one I've sort of looked at the most. But I think when people think of cancer, they think of pediatric cancer and old people, which is mostly what I was surrounded by. I don't think I saw anyone my age when I went in for chemo treatments, maybe a couple people here and there. But we're a big enough population, and it sucks. I know that I would like to spread the word, and I think it's an important word. There's really, really scary stats that the survivorship among young adults hasn't gotten any better in like 20 years. And a lot of the foundations that raise money do raise it for awareness, but there's not a lot of help if you're 28. There's help if you're in college. There's help if you're over 35. There's the support system's just sort of lacking. And I know people are trying to make it better. But when I'm all done with this, hopefully I'll be able to raise money and do stuff too. That's part of the reason I'm blogging and making this video and maybe a couple more, because I need you all to hold me accountable for it. That's pretty much it. I was just really excited, and it was a big day, and despite being a writer, I didn't want to write today. I wanted to talk, which, if you know me, isn't really surprising. That's all I do. I want to thank you if you've listened to me ramble for 13 minutes. I'll edit this. It should be less than that when I'm done. But like I said, it was a big day, and I just wanted to talk about it. And hopefully it will be nothing but big days and a lot less tiredness after this. So if you haven't already, and you're still listening, my blog is jerseygirlandcali.tumblr.com, and it has a Facebook page because it's 2012 and you have to do that. So you should like that. And I swear to you, friends and family, I will call you back. I will. Maybe not till tomorrow, though. It's kind of late. So thank you, and I will talk to you all soon.